Hello, beautiful souls. Question of the day is, are we living in a matrix? And if so, what does this mean? My answer is yes. We are living in a matrix. How I would define this is the simplest way is one big mind control program. We are being fed what to think, what to believe, and even what to feel through media, through the frequencies that travel through media, through social programming, through school, through education, how we're brought up, what we're told in textbooks, what we're told to tell each other, religion, government, all weaving together, feeding on the frequencies that are pumped through our electronics to feed us what is true, to tell us what is true rather than us feeling it and knowing it for ourselves, discovering it for ourselves. It's constantly put into our face. Our minds, when we are played, our minds and our bodies, when we're played certain frequencies, are going to operate at that level. What do I mean by this? The planet, nature, our bodies all have natural frequencies. The frequencies that come from EMFs, that come from electricity even, that come from the phone I'm recording this on, that come through social media, that come through TV, all are in direct opposition of the natural frequencies of our body and of the planet, are in direct opposition of the frequencies, the vibrations we would use to feel into our truth. This disrupts our nervous system. This disrupts our energy field. This disrupts our mind and our consciousness. So we are fragmented, and it's very difficult to drop into our truth and our connection with source and with the earth to be able to feel what is really real. And so then the next step is to pump in, to tell us through advertisements, to tell us through social media, to tell us through the television what is true, what to feel, what to believe. Now, who's behind this? You could call them the cabal, you could call them the 1%, you could go so far as to say the reptilians, the dark, the shadow, the government, that bad aliens. The truth is that it's a collective, it's a collection of forces that profit from humanity being unawakened, from humanity staying asleep. Now, the first matrix, to my knowledge, and guys, I'm a remote viewer, I'm a channeler, and I'm an experiencer. So with that, with those abilities and with the knowledge, with the experiences that I've had, what has come through is that the first matrix was really started to be put into place after the fall of Atlantis, the last Atlantis, was when this structure started to become really like a matrix, a web, a lattice, right? Where they're connecting different frequencies from different points all over the surface of the planet, right? To run the frequency that jams us up so that it's in opposition to our natural frequency. This started after, so long time ago, after the fall of Atlantis. It has since then evolved, and many layers have been placed upon it as our technology has evolved, as manipulation tactics have evolved, mind control has evolved. You can look at this in depth in things like Project Mockingbird, if you wanted to look that up, if you're not already aware of it. That's the real like media presence of this projection of telling us what is real. But you can also see it in things like the pandemic and the fear tactics that were pumped in. Fear is a really big part of it. 5G technology going up, and the connection between 5G, our phones, our technologies, our computers, and how addicted everyone is becoming, and how much it sinks into the mind. and all loops together, right? This is why I'm calling it a group mind control program. And it starts in school too. We're not taught to be natural thinkers. We're not taught to go with our gut, trust our instincts. And there's a reason for that, because the school system's designed to make us good workers for the powers that be. So again, where can we plug in humanity, to the matrix to serve us? That's who created the matrix programmers, whoever we want to identify them as, right? So we are finding there are ways that we're sort of finding our way out of this and creating little pockets. And I think that's going to continue to happen. That's what comes through when I check in, is that we're going to continue to create subgroups, awakened subgroups within humanity. So one of my goals is to connect us all as we're waking up, and we're creating these subgroups within the matrix system where we are awake, and there's certain technologies, there's certain encrypted messaging systems, things like this that we can all start using more of. And then we are creating outside of this matrix system. And then the second thing that is going to happen is that we are going to start getting more help from both inner earth and positive ETs, and an alliance within the planet that are connecting both of them and humanity, to start instilling more of these conscious technologies that are in harmony with nature, that are in harmony with our body systems. So yes, we are living in a matrix. It is in direct opposition. It is frequencies, programs, societal norms that all equal a group mind control program, that are broadcasting a constant frequency of disruption that is in opposition to our natural state of being and the Earth's natural state of being. So short, concise, that's what's up. That's what we're breaking free from. And that's also what we have become addicted to in so many ways. We've become addicted to someone telling us how to think, someone telling us how to feel. And from all these devices that have us locked in on our neurotransmitters, feeding our dopamine. So these are all places that we can start looking, start diving in more to being more connected to our intuition, being more connected into what does truth really feel like, disconnecting from the devices that take us out of that frequency as much as possible, one step at a time, okay? So what can you do today to disengage from the frequencies of the matrix, to be and get more in harmony with your natural frequency, the natural frequency of the earth? Maybe it's a walk. Maybe it's some deep breaths. Maybe it is making a choice to shop at a different store, the farmer's market, instead of the big box store. Maybe it's making a choice to pick up a pen and a piece of paper and write something beautiful instead of watching a TV program or scrolling social media. It feels overwhelming when we look at it as a whole and we're like, oh, how do we change all of this all at once? When we look at one thing we can do today, it gets less overwhelming. And that one thing does matter, you guys. Those small choices that add up to big stuff, they matter. All right, so much love. We'll be talking more about the Matrix in the future, but here we go.